in, watching the eel. Help me find my way home, watching the eel. Burrows its head in the sand, daylight has come. There shall be rest in a while, daylight has come. And I cannot reveal the words of the golden year. And I cannot reveal the words of the golden year. Who can explain all these thoughts racking my mind? Endless barrage of shit racking my mind. The eel offered his help, I can't understand. Speaking its truth from the bank, now I can see. I cannot reveal the words of the golden year. And I cannot reveal the words of the golden year. I think that's good enough. That's probably like the fourth or fifth try of this one. The reason I picked Ween this week was because I picked a waltzy song for my other series, Anatomy of a Song. And it just goes together so perfectly. I said it in my other video that Ween's probably the biggest influence on me when it comes to waltzes, which sounds really weird, but I love the Mollusk, and if you're a fan of the Mollusk album, which a lot of Ween people love that album, rightfully so. There's a bunch of waltzes on that song, sea shanties and weird kind of psychedelic waltzes, and it made me appreciate that time signature, and it's probably my favorite time signature. I did my song this week where the sun rises, and it's like the same exact chords. I just mix it up, D minor, A minor, and there's a part that sounds like this. There is a place where the sun rises over the mountain. So you can hear an obvious influence on a lot of my songwriting because I loved Ween so much growing up, and I still love Ween. I don't listen to it as much as I used to, but growing up, I got Pure Guava like in high school, and then I just like that weird type of stuff, weird production. I think they recorded it pretty easily on like 4 tracks and stuff, and it sounds cool. Like I like the rawness and whatever you want to call it, the weird effects and stuff. But yeah, they just write interesting songs, and you can tell they could take any genre. I'm talking of Ween. If you don't know Ween, they're not the easiest band to get into, but I would say start with the Mollusk or the Country album or even Quebec, and then those are more accessible, and then you could go back to the Pod. Like, honestly, I've only listened to the Pod a handful of times. Pure Guava I listened to hundreds of times because that was the first one I got. I was like 14 and I was like, this is the coolest shit I've ever heard in my life. Hey man, I'm the Stallion. But there's good songwriting on that album. You could see that they were good songwriters and good musicians. The Mollusk took it to another level. Like, every song is just a jam. Production's really good. Lyrics are good. I think one song might be a cover of an old English waltz or like, I don't know, folk song. Cold Blows the Wind. Yeah, it's like an English folk song or something. But yeah, the Blarney Stone. There's a lot of weird songs on that album. Waving My Dick, I think, is on that album. Waving My Dick in the Wind. I'm waving my dick in the wind. I probably should have covered that song. That's not a waltz though, is it? Nah. But the reason I picked this was because it's a waltz and it fits the other song that I did already this morning. And I love this song. If I had to pick my favorite song off the Mollusk, it's probably this one or the Mollusk. And those were the two I debated of doing. This one instantly just grabbed me though. I looked up the chords and I was like, alright, I could do this song. And I didn't practice it. I just went right into it and maybe took me 5 takes to do it. The lyrics are pretty easy to remember. And the chorus is just really fun. There's cool solos in this song too at the end, and it influenced my songwriting a lot because Ween does that. They'll just have crazy jam sessions for 5-10 minutes sometimes. I'm a pretty big fan. I'm not like a huge fan. I've only seen them live like one time, I think, and I hardly remember. But yeah, there's devoted following that would go see Ween every time they come, and they have a great fan base like that. And I don't know if they're still doing stuff, but I always think they'll make music some part of their lives. They'll keep making music eventually. They'll make like hip hop albums and they'll make like jazz albums, avant-garde stuff. Eventually they'll make some weird shit. Because I don't know, I just feel like people like that, it's just like it's a part of their routine. They have to write stuff. So yeah. I'm big fans because I grew up with it, because they're from around my area. They're from like New Hope, Pennsylvania, and I live pretty close to Philadelphia. But yeah, I would put the Mollusk as my favorite Ween album. If you don't know Ween and you want to kind of get a taste of what they're into, listen to the Mollusk. That will probably determine if you like it. It's hard for me to imagine any music lover not like the Mollusk. Like it's just so pleasing. The songwriting's cool. They use weird chords and they have good jam sessions and there's some humorous moments and it's weird, man. They take on country music and stuff. Like if you listen to their country album, the songs are just really good. Like they're singing about ridiculous shit. My dinner's on fire while she watches TV. I thought about doing a song off of that too, but well, originally I was gonna pick Buenos tardes, amigos. Hola, my good friend, cause that's a waltz too. Cinco de Mayo's on Tuesday. But I figured I would sing it stupidly, and I want to be able to make it my own because I don't know how to do that song in a different style. It's like a mariachi Mexican song, and he sings it with like a fake Mexican voice. It would be difficult for me to sing it without a fake Mexican voice, and I didn't feel like doing that. So the Golden Mule became the perfect balance of picking a Ween song that's weird. What the hell is he talking about? I don't fucking know. But it's a weird in a good way because the song's so good, man. Like, yeah, there's some Ween songs you're not gonna like because they're just weird for the sake of being weird. Like Poop Ship Destroyer, AIDS, the HIV song, Spinal Meningitis. There's a lot of weird ones, man. Pork roll, egg and cheese, like yeah, Bananas and Blow. But that's actually a happy summertime song. Bananas and Blow. It's gonna be pretty easy to pick 10 Ween songs. That's like I'll try to select a couple from every album to give you a selection of when I make my top 10 Ween songs. I'll try to make it for people who don't know Ween and want to get into Ween but don't know where to start. So I'll just kind of make a 10 short playlist of 10 songs that to kind of give you a flavor of what they're all about. But it's hard to explain what they are. That you could call them a jam band, you could call them avant-garde or punk rock almost, but not really. Punk rock just because they do things their own way, I guess. But they're not really a punk band. I don't know, they're just cool. And I guess a jam band would be the best way to put it because they could jam a lot of their songs like a jam band. And they do that. And yeah, they're great musicians. I listed the guitarist as one of my favorite guitarists in my book because yeah, he plays some cool shit. And yeah, if you go watch videos of them playing live concerts, they're just really, really good. Very technical, and they can play like anything, blues stuff, country music. When they made their country album, yeah, they had like a famous country steel band or some shit playing behind them because they actually got like a real country band to back them up. So that album's really good. If you want to hear like the most ridiculous country album ever, go listen to Ween. I think it's called 12 Country Favorites or something like that. And yeah, they're somewhere in my top like 20 bands. I always say that it's tough to really rank stuff like that, but because I grew up with them in high school and I kind of, I don't know, I felt like I found a band that I could understand. After a while, yeah, like, as a teenager you find a band like Ween and you're just like, what the hell is this shit? You listen to Pure Guava when you're like 14, and yeah, Push the Little Daisies is kind of a pop song, but a lot of the other ones are just something you've never heard before as a teenager. So it's a cool introduction to like just weird. I don't know how to term it. Is it avant-garde? I don't really know how to term it, man. It's not novelty because they are good musicians. Like I was gonna say Weird Al Yankovic, but Weird Al Yankovic is also a good musician. He's not. Yeah, he's writing novelty songs, but he is really good. So I don't know how to compare it. I don't call them a novelty band because they're a really good band. The Mollusk is excellent music. The Mollusk is, I put it up against a lot of different albums. That progressive psychedelic rock, like it just holds up very well, and it's probably the one I always go back to. If I want to listen to Ween, the Mollusk pops in my head first, then Quebec probably, and then probably Pure Guava just for the nostalgia of it. And it's a good summertime album. The whole Pure Guava album, it's probably the third favorite of Ween in my opinion, because I grew up with that so many times. I would just listen to that album all the way through. And yeah, maybe I'd skip some of the weird shit, but I don't think I skipped too much of it. I like the whole album. If you only listen to the radio, like commercial radio, and you're not really familiar with stuff that's not really commercially successful, although Ween, because of their loyal fan base, they sell out like big venues and stuff. But I don't think you hear Ween on the radio too much, is what I'm trying to say. Go check out a band like Ween. It might open up your I don't know, your musical horizons. I feel like once I listened to Ween, then I got into like industrial music for some reason. Industrial metal. But as a teenager, you're just trying to listen to everything. A friend would tell me to go listen to Liquid Tension Experiment or Dream Theater. And I go listen to it. Like, I don't know what the hell to expect. Before like high school, all I listened to was like, I don't know, like Vanilla Ice, Criss Cross, and stuff like that. Top 40 Casey Kasem stuff. So it's a big jump when you go from listening to Casey Kasem, and then you get into like, I don't know, maybe some punk rock stuff, and then you get into Ween and stuff, and it's like, it takes you to a different dimension of what music can be. Everyone's telling you music has to be this, and music has to be that. You have to follow a blueprint of how to write a song. And yeah, this song is kind of, well, is basic the right word? I don't know. It's not very strange. The composition of the Golden Eel isn't very difficult or strange. It's pretty straightforward. It's just 4, 5, 6. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know. You can mess around with. This song is really fun to play. This is the first time I actually tried to play it, to be honest. I don't think I ever tried to jam on this. Sometimes I'll put on an album like Ween, The Mollusk, and I'll just have my guitar in my hand while I listen to it. And it probably seeps into my subconscious, and I'll just try to play along to the chords the best I can. But today was the first day I looked up the actual chords and I played the whole thing all the way through with singing it. I kind of like doing this series like that because I'm not a proficient vocalist, so I could practice this all week. For example, when I first started this series, I think I picked Bob Dylan, Ballad of a Thin Man, to do, and I practiced it almost every night before I got to the song when I performed it. I practiced it almost every night that week because the lyrics are very intense. There's a lot of verses and stuff. I don't think I've really done that since that one. I kind of just, I like the almost an improvised approach to this where I look up the chords, I'll fuck around with it for a couple minutes, and then I'll just try to poop it out. Hopefully in a good fashion. Because the point of this is not to show that I'm a great performer, because I'm not. It's just to pay tribute to the song that kind of helped me as a songwriter. And Ween is up there, yeah. I could pick a couple, or many Ween songs. Like the free, I forgot about that album too. Pure Guava and Chocolate and Cheese. They're like even. I don't know which one I would put ahead of the other one. Even Chocolate and Cheese has so many good songs. Freedom of 76. That song is just unbelievable. It's so funky. It could have been written in the 70s, like the Philadelphia sound or something. It's got a weird, funky quality to it that's really, really addicting. And the way he sings it is so cool. That's a hard song to play because of the vocal. It's like almost a falsetto you have to use. This song fits my vocals a little bit better, so I was able to hopefully do it some justice. But you just listen to the music, it's so cool. And the waltzy quality of this song is perfect. Like this could have been like on Yellow Submarine. It's weird enough that it's weird, but it's also like accessible enough to be a pop song, like a Beatles Yellow Submarine song. If the Beatles wrote this song, would it be that surprising? I don't think so. And alone in the dark, watching the eel. So yeah, I don't know if Ween ever talked about this song or this album in depth about what influenced it. I'm not sure. I've watched some of their interviews about the mollusk and the recording process and stuff, but I don't know if they really talk in depth about what influenced them or anything. But yeah, this song is so poppy, and yeah, they'll use weird effects and stuff, but if you strip it down to just play it as simply as possible on acoustic, it's a great song, man. And yeah, you could do little fills like that. There's so many possibilities with a song like this, and that's why I like it, I think, the most. Number one, it's a waltz, and I love the time signature. It's just a cool swaying type of feel to it, and it's one of those songs that's very free. There is a structure to it, but it's very free, and it allows people to do things that they can make it their own in a way, or just have fun with it. So hopefully I was able to do it a little bit of justice, because Yeah, off the Mollusk, this will probably be my favorite song. This one or the Mollusk, which are both waltzes, and there's a number of other ones that are waltzes as well. But yeah, I guess that's my love letter to Ween this week. Um, so yeah, go check out my video that I just made. It was Anatomy of a Song. The song was called Where the Sun Rises, and it's very similar to this one. I don't know if I was thinking of Ween when I wrote it. Probably not. As I mentioned in my video, that Where the Sun Rises, I wrote that like in a Starbucks parking lot. I just sang it into my phone and it came out pretty quickly. Sometimes it just hits you like that. But maybe Ween, of course, all of these bands that you grow up with, they're going to stay in your mind and help you write songs whether you know it or not. Go to my Substack. I'm going to list my 10 favorite Ween songs, and I'll try to make it directed towards the audience that never heard Ween before. Because Ween is pretty popular. I don't know if kids today listen to it. Like people in high school, do they listen to Ween? Do they even know who Ween is? Because that's what I was listening to in high school 20 years ago. Like I don't know if kids still listen to it. So it'll be cool. It will be interesting to see reaction videos of like teenagers listening to Ween and if they think it's good or not. But yeah, I'll do that. I'll list my favorite Ween songs, just 10. And yeah, hopefully you could spend some time with Ween and go through their catalog and you'll find an album you like. Because they have a very diverse discography, very diverse catalog, and yeah, it's fun music. Like they're not taking themselves too seriously at all, but they can when they do get serious with their songwriting and lyrics. They are really good. So yeah, go check out Ween. They're one of my favorite bands, and they've been a big influence on my songwriting. Not just this song, but I said I could have picked a bunch of waltzy songs, either Buenos Tardes Amigos, The Mollusk, or this one. And yeah, I feel like there's an accessibility to Ween that even like it could bridge the generation. At least I think, in my opinion, that's how Ween could come off to older generation, younger generation, and it's because they explore so many different types of music. So yeah, go check it out. I'm losing train of thought. But that's basically the point of this series, is to direct people towards bands that have been very important in my life since high school and whatever. So yeah, go listen to some music. It's good summertime jam music, so put on a Ween album and just disappear for a while.